Hey guys, so welcome back to the channel. Today I have the Soundcore Mini. Now this is a older headset. It's been out for a few years, I believe, but I happened to find it at Ross recently for the whopping price of $17.99. Though if you go on Amazon, I'll have a link in the description for you guys. And again, that link doesn't give me $1. I just want you to be able to research it yourself. About $24.99 regular price, so I got about maybe $7, $8 off. Now this does have 15 hours of battery life. It says high fidelity sound. 5 watts of powerful sound, and I don't care about any of this stuff. My thing is, I'm just telling you guys, but what more importantly is actually using it in real time rather than just reading specifications, which we're going to do in a little bit. 66 feet Bluetooth range, 15 hours of battery life. I do want to also say that apparently this has a sturdy metal body. Okay, I'm not sure how thick the metal is. As you can see, the speaker is up here. And lastly, I think they're up to like the Mini Speaker 3. So most of you guys, when you type in the Soundcore Mini, you're going to find different variations that are much newer than this. And if you prefer getting those, by all means do so. I'm not here to tell you that this is going to be better than them, just for the local shoppers at Ross and things like that. Anyway, with that being said, let's get right into this review. Not waste any more time. All right, so I already took, oh, I'm sorry, I had to peel this back. I'm about to say I already took this off, but it turns out I did not. Here we go. So as soon as you open this up, I love their packaging, you know. What I've noticed about companies is that when they have like certain packaging for products, doesn't it feel good to unbox it like you know you're getting something that's actually good instead of just rip open the cheap plastic, cut it with a key or scissors, and that's all you get. This is, you know, marketing really matters in these cases. Anyway, here's the speaker. Let me just go ahead and open this up. I'm pretty sure the charger is probably in here. And I'm thinking it uses micro USB and not USB-C. Yep. So unfortunately, this is an older speaker, like I said. So it uses micro USB. So if you don't have any extra cables, make sure you hold on to this one. I'm not going to say that this is the highest, what's it called? Quality cable, micro USB, but it is good enough to actually charge this device. Let me see. You do have a booklet in here. Here we go. Here's your little booklet right here with some instructions. I'm going to go ahead and just show you the instructions real fast. Here we go. It's actually showing you how to turn on the Bluetooth. What is that, a physical button? Okay, so it's actually a button on the Bluetooth. We'll check that out in a second. SD card, FM radio, Bluetooth, and aux. So you have the option of using this for different devices, but today we're going to just use it for Bluetooth purposes. As you can see, the pause, play, and minus. So it looks like if you tap it twice, tap it once, it pauses and plays. Those are the volume buttons, change volume up and down. It doesn't look like you can skip songs, but that's okay. That's not important to me. We'll try it out anyway, but it's not really important to me. Put this to the side. Now, this is the speaker itself. Oh, okay, so they sealed this. So it's sealed in the plastic when you get it. So that means that if this plastic isn't sealed, 9 times out of 10, it's probably a product that was, returned to the store for whatever reason. Sometimes people just don't like speakers. Okay, that's nice. So I'm assuming this is the bottom of the speaker right here. Okay. And it has this nice little, I'm not sure what that material is. I'm about to call it felt, but I think this is like more so rubber or so, like a rubberish material right here. So when you place it down, I'm trying to slide it. You know, it's not really sliding or moving. So when you place it, it's going to sit in the same spot comfortably. You have an SD card right here. So you actually have the option to put an SD card and load it with music and play it from the speaker by itself. Some people are going to do that. Personally, I'm always going to use my phone because I want to be able to see my directory of the songs that I want to play. That's just me. You have your cable right here. So for the person that's not used to micro USB, because there are a lot of people that grew up without micro USB. You got to understand that even though I'm old, 38, some people only saw USB-C or lightning cables for Apple and things like that. So you just match it up. You see right here, plug this in, boom, you are good to go. Looks like this actually has a headphone jack, which means I'm assuming that this speaker might have the ability to plug in a headphone and an SD card and you can hear it directly from, I don't know. I'll look into that a little bit later in the video. You have your mode right here, which allows you to change the actual settings to actually access the SD card and put it in Bluetooth. Then you have your on switch and off switch. So, I mean, it's a pretty solid speaker. Then you have volume up, volume down, and play. And it's also, well, I'm about to say this double down as a power button, but actually the power button is right here. So it's a very small, compact speaker. And to be honest with you, even though this is years old, I have to say that this looks very, very nice. And of course the speaker is up top. And according to this is a metal body. So I'm guessing when you, this part right here and this part right here, it feels like it's a, I guess you could say a light sheet of metal. I don't know. And lastly, I'm going to assume that this is the power button. I'm sorry, this is the indicator let you know that your device is turned on. But we'll check it out in the next section. So far, so good. I have nothing to really complain about. And then, like I always said it before, Soundcore always improves on their design. So if I happen to catch one of the other speakers that they have on sale or something, I'll buy that and show you a direct comparison. So syncing it should be pretty easy for the most part. So I'm just going to just walk you through this and guess how to sync it. See this button right here? I'm going to turn it on. Okay. Okay, so it is turned on. It's blinking right now. I'm going to assume that because it's blinking, it's already in pairing mode. Bluetooth right here. Just follow these instructions. Should be pretty easy. Most speakers are exactly the same. So here you go, Soundcore Mini. So as soon as I tap that, it's going to ask me to sync. I'm going to probably yes. You don't have to say yes. You could just pair. But some speakers are actually able to read like phone calls and different things. And I don't know why it needs your call log most of the time. I won't be honest with you. I just think it's an invasion of privacy. But you don't have to say yes to that. Just keep that in mind. But the sync process is that simple, that easy. If you unsync this, like for instance, you delete this off of this device and then turn it back on, it should automatically put itself back into pairing mode. And you could just pair it to another device, but there is no multi-point with this, so just kind of keep that in mind. Music quality. Well, as you guys already know, the sound is what matters for these speakers. Now, the price tag is right, $17.99. Even without that $17.99 price tag, this thing still is like $24 regular price, which I'm sure the other ones aren't that much more expensive, the other JLab Minis, probably a couple dollars more. But you know, you can find things on sale. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is play some songs for you guys. First things first, I have 2 YouTube songs. So anyone's familiar with the channel, you know I'm about to play. Let me go to files. Let me see real fast, because I have no music player on this phone right now. Let me see audio. Okay, so here we go. The first I'm going to play is Warzone. Very powerful speaker. And it's not all the way up, by the way. Ooh. Sounds really good. It's strong. Surprisingly, it's strong. So let me kind of just talk about the bass at first. Now, for you guys listening to this video, it does sound a little bit differently since I'm sitting in front of it directly rather than it being recorded through another phone. The bass is actually jumping. The bass is powerful, believe it or not. With this little, 5 volts, whatever it is, they did a really good job of the bass. Now, I do want to say that the bass doesn't overtake any of the music. A lot of times, some speakers are so strong and so powerful that the bass and rumble of the bass feels like it actually overpowers the instruments, the violins playing in the background and things like that. So far, it hasn't done that for this particular type of song. Now, I do want to also say that when you're playing this in person, how do I word this? If you have another speaker that is more bass heavy than this one, like another mini speaker, you're going to notice that this one is a little bit lacking in quality of bass. Now, that doesn't mean that it's bad at all. I think this is a phenomenal speaker so far in just terms of quality of sound, because I played some stuff off camera that I'm not allowed to play for copyright reasons. And it did a really good job. I played some Tekashi 6ix9ine. It worked just fine. I played a little bit Casanova. I did do Paper Moon, again, both versions of that song, the version 2, season 2, whatever it is, and season 1. Are they both called Paper Moon 1 and 2? I don't know, but Paper Moon and the other version of that song, put it that way. I have them both downloaded, and it sounded really, really good. And whether I played soundtrack, Resident Evil 2 soundtrack, I did the save music to Resident Evil 4 and a bunch of different stuff just to see the range of the type of song that this can play. And it's phenomenal, man. Like even at a higher octave, right? You heard how loud this was, and this was about 60% or so. It could get even louder than this. And as it gets louder, the music doesn't suffer. There's no breakage. There's like no static. There's nothing. It sounds really, really good. And again, this uses micro USB. So we're talking this speaker could be like 3-4 years old. And granted, even if you find it in a store, a pawn shop, a Ross or whatever, the sound quality is still very, very good. So Whether you buy this, I don't think you're going to feel bad about that. And it's kind of funny. I'm skipping this section. I'm skipping to if it's worth buying. But let me just play another song for you so you can hear a little bit more music. And the next one I want to play for you guys is actually called Fire Ice. Listen to that. It's powerful, dude. It just sounds good. And you know what crazy thing about it? The only reason I'm downplaying the bass on this is not to say that this is a bad product. It's only to show that even with the other Soundcore speakers that I've been reviewing lately, yeah, they're way better than this one in terms of sound, like just maximum volume and things. But it's not like this is lacking. Some people don't want a sound bar. Some people just want something small. They want to put something down and just leave it there. Keep it plugged in from time to time to let it charge. Just gives you a full 15 hours of battery life. It just sounds really good. I'm going to play a little bit more songs. You can hear the vocals, so you know what I'm talking about. So gonna let it rock out. Wait till the vocals come in. And I'm gonna say, and then if I'm gonna say the bass doesn't overpower the vocals, and that's what you want in a lot of songs. Baby, you give me ice and fire. Sounds good. It's a good sound speaker. I love this brand. You know what's funny? I'll tell the story real fast and then I'll go into the next section. I remember I used to buy Beats pills. I used to buy all this stuff, right? And I was never a fan of Beats because I always felt like it was overpriced because I used to use Sony headphones and so many other brands. I knew they weren't the best, but they were being marketed as being the best headphones. You know, celebrities will do anything for money. And when I found out about Soundcore Anker, I forgot what my first pair was, but the bass and the quality was so good. I was like, dude, this compares to the Galaxy stuff, right? And as I stuck with the brand and kept using it and finding more and more stuff and seeing that their prices were very, very affordable, by the way. So they had high-end headphones that were $169 and $149 and $129. But if you didn't want to go to that range of headset, you didn't have to. Even the cheaper ones were decent. They were still lacking the technology back then, but it was getting there. You could tell when a company is consistent, it's going to get good. It reminded me of OnePlus, the original OnePlus. And over time, the headphones just gotten better and better and better and better to the point where I don't even recommend certain brands anymore because it's like, if you can find something for cheaper and it does what you need it to do, why go to another brand? You know what I mean? I just try stuff out because I love it, but this is my favorite brand. And it may sound a little biased at times, but you hear the quality. What are you going to find that's this quality for $17.99 and $24 that's mainstream that you can just go online and Soundcore is everywhere? They have a website. You're not really going to find that. That's very rare. And by this point, when most companies get steam, they tend to increase the prices and half-ass things like Skull Candy and JBL. But now you can it's wow, man. That's all I got to say. The quality is good. Let me play some more for you. Here you go. Listen to that. Who can complain about this? Let me pause it. Okay, so it does pause. Volume up and down with this. Can it change songs? Yep, so it does. So if you hold the power button, if you hold plus, it will change the song. If you hold minus, it will make the song go backwards. If you press pause and play, it'll pause the song, whatever. And if you hit volume up once or down twice, just once, if you tap it, that's volume control. If you hold it, it changes the song. Yeah, it has everything. Anyway, let's go into the next section. It's a no-brainer when it comes to these type of products. So this is the Soundcore application right here. And as you know, you can add devices that actually have some type of app support. Now, I'm not sure if this speaker has app support or whether you could change the sound profile, but I figure it's worth a shot. Now, again, speaker been out for quite some time, so it may not have app support. And even if it doesn't, it sounds good enough. I'm gonna go ahead and search. This speaker is currently connected to the phone. So if it's already connected to the phone, it's gonna automatically search whatever software or whatever device is being used. And as you can see right here, it can't search this actual speaker, which means, unfortunately, it doesn't have app support. So if you're that person trying to change the equalizer or have a custom EQ with this, you're just not going to be able to do that. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. And let me try to push setup manually to see if it has any of these things here. Let's see, boom, glow, flare. Okay, let's see more. See right here, Soundcore Mini 3, and then there's a Mini 3 Pro. The newer models have app support. The Select 2, as you can see, has app support. The Soundcore 3, the Boost, Unfortunately, the regular Mini does not have any type of app support or customizability whatsoever, but don't fret. To be honest, it sounds so good, I don't think it really needs it. Now, the upside is that if you have some form of equalizer on your phone, like for instance, I use Power Amp when it comes to my music folder. If I have a Samsung phone, I'll use Samsung Music. If I have an Apple phone, I'll use Apple, whatever their music application is. But for Android users like Motorola and stuff, I normally use, I just said the name of it. How did I forget that fast? Power Amp, there we go. And that allows you to change the equalizer settings, but only in that application itself. If you do get a speaker on Soundcore and you change the sound profile through the application itself, it will change for everything that you view. Just keep that in mind. But unfortunately, this speaker doesn't have it. So, but again, it's not a deal breaker for me personally. So for the people wondering, no, I didn't try the SD card feature in the headphone jack because to be honest with you, that's not a feature that I normally use on headsets. It's nice to have that option, but it's not really a practical option. If you are buying this, 9 times out of 10, you obviously have a computer because if you're going to place an SD card inside of this, it means you have a computer. It also means that you have a phone, which you can stream music from it. Or you can just download music directly to your phone and use it. That's what I do. I'm not going to put an SD card inside of this, but you do have the option to use it, and you just have to hit the mode button and switch it over to the SD card option. But I want to be able to have a screen to see it. So what are the bad things about it? I mean, obviously, the only bad thing I can really say about the speaker is that it uses micro USB. Everything that I use is normally USB-C. But I also have to say, at the time of this release of the speaker, micro USB was a normal charging method, if you know what I mean. And because this is a wireless speaker, you're not going to unplug this and plug this as much as you would a cell phone. So you don't have to worry about it being broken inside, but just make sure that you don't break the pins or anything. Because if you buy this from Ross, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get you'll get your money back if something happens, as long as it's, within reason, but you'll never find another one of these because it's kind of like first come, first serve. You buy it and that's pretty much it. I don't have an issue with the speaker. I mean, I bigged it up enough, to be honest with you. I love Soundcore products. It is what it is. Everyone that with this channel can probably tell that. I've tried other companies, Samsung, Apple, so many things. And don't get me wrong, they all make wonderful headsets, but none of them make it for affordable prices. So, I'm cheap. But anyway, like and subscribe like always, guys. And I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.